So we're going to start off today by asking you a few questions here. And if you look at the center of the wheel, okay, the center of the wheel, we're going to figure out where you want to go. So question number one for you is, what are your relationship goals? Now, you might want to use your other sheet to answer this if you're out of space. I know it's a very small, limited space, but I want you to actually write down the answer. Relationship goals, specifically, maybe 2 or 3 relationships you want to improve. Maybe you're with a spouse, but you see her one day a week because you're always working. Maybe you have a son that you don't talk to except for on Christmas because you're always busy. Maybe you want to invest more time in friends, family. Maybe there's people you want to spend less time with. Right? But the question is relationships. I want you guys to write down just a few tangible goals for the next year. So that's going to be our goal today. And then we'll use my life as some examples of what to do, what not to do, so that you can learn. So really it all comes down to is, what is your why? Now, as we talked about our goals, I want to talk to you about these three things here. One, we talked about it yesterday. What is your IQ? Anybody? That's your intelligence quotient. And for those of you, if you ever go back to school to get your MBA, or you have a professor who uses the word IQ, and they don't know what it means, what it is it's your intelligence relative to your age. So people that scored really high on their ACT when they're 18, if they got the same score when they were 45, they actually got dumber. Does that make sense? It's your intelligence relative to your age. Okay? The next one here is your EQ. EQ, this is important for you guys to write this down. This is when you have an emotional setback, how quickly, in terms of time, do you bounce back? How quickly does it take you? Some people, like my best friend was killed in a car accident when I was a freshman in college. I knew the kid since I was 2. Okay? You come back from a DJ party all pumped up, you got 32 guys on the dorm not talking, you know something's up. They all look you in the eye. Your best friend just passed away. That will rock your brain. You go to the doctor says, Mr. Clark, you need to come here for this. We need to talk to you. Well, if you get a call from work from the doctor, you know, who has ever had a call like that before? You need to come here for this. I mean, what does that make you think when you're driving? You don't even remember the driving, right? So you pull in, and your son's blind. There's not really an entrepreneurship trick for this. I don't have a case study. I'm like, what can we do? Nothing. You know, and the question is that when that happens, and it even gets me emotional talking about it now, but when that happens, how quickly do you bounce back? Does it rock you and you talk about it for the rest of your life as being the defining moment that ruined your life? Have you met people like this that say, well, since my such and such happened, everything just doesn't seem to work? I mean, we could all do that, right? Okay. And the next is your AQ. This is your achievements relative to your age. Some people get a lot of stuff done during a 2-year window of time, and then they're done. Okay? So I want you guys to think real quick in your life, real quick. Just write this answer down, somewhere. Don't look at the person next to you. Let's keep it anonymous here. But what was the window of your life where you were the most productive? What was the time, from here to here where you got the most done? Some of you go, man, I started my business when I was 27. When I was 36, I started, I was 22, and then you had this unbelievable, and then all of a sudden we kind of got stagnant. Well, what happened? Usually what happened is we quit setting big goals, and then our motivation went down. And some of you say, well, I got older. You're only 31, you can't relate. I met the founder of Hobby Lobby. He rides a bike within the 1 million square foot of space, manufacturing space, around. He's the most energetic guy I've ever seen in my life. He said, would you like a water, sir? I said, sure. He physically runs to get water. Why? I don't know, but he's pumped up. You talk to him, you say, David, what are your goals? He'll rattle them off. I want to give away 1 billion Bibles before I pass. Oh, okay. He said, let me show you something. You go into his office, there's pictures of African kids, Chinese kids, American kids, all the kids from the orphanages he sponsors. And every year, he measures Hobby Lobby's success relative to how much they give away to these orphanages and the kids they sponsor. That's all he cares about. So this guy's like on fire every day because he's got a big goal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking you, what are your goals? What are we doing here? What does it cost? So now that we kind of know our big goals, we know what we're doing, now we're going to get into the brass tacks of the stuff that personally I don't care about. I just do it because it helps me make money so that I can feed more kids from Kosovo. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I just know these systems so that I can do more things I'm into. Does that make sense? Like this stuff, I really don't care about this stuff. I'm just teaching this stuff because it helps me through my Festivus party. Because I like Brett Favre. because I really want to go see Tim Tebow play this year, and I hope he gets to take Sanchez's job.